So we're going to cover a few more Japanese maples in this video. This is our Peve starfish, P-E-V-E starfish, which is an Acer palmatum, and it is a red Japanese maple that is supposedly very slow growing. Ours has gotten to about 5 feet, and we had it as a liner, so a very small 1 foot tall plant when we got it, and 4 years later has a nice form, nice open form to it. And one of the nice features about it, it does have a leaf like almost like a starfish, and the leaves also cup down, which give it a really cool, almost like a talon type look to it. And it comes out a little brighter red in the spring, like these juvenile leaves, and then they age down to the darker, almost blood good type color, and then turn bright red again in the fall. You see, I want to show you the chipmunk. There's a chipmunk. He's caught in our feeder. Somehow he is able to get in that feeder. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. He's a real SOB. Anyway, what an SOB. Yeah, I see ya. Alright, so anyway, this is a, what am I looking at now? This is a Beni-Otake. It's kind of a small one. We have a bigger one out back. They can get, 12 to 15 feet tall, more or less a vase-shaped tree. Also a linear lobum, like the Hubbs red willow I just showed in the last video. And a really great tree. Holds its red really well in the sun. Has that nice soft overall look. You can see through it, but it's also obscuring, which is what we really like on our deck. Not a big, heavy, large leaf that blocks the view or anything. It's like you can see through it. It's really a great tree. This is not a Japanese maple, but this is our flamethrower redbud tree. We've had this, I think, 4 years now, and we got it when it very first came out into the market. So generally, I see videos of it generally, and I never see one as big as ours. This now is about 7 feet tall and probably about 6 or 7 feet wide. The leaves aren't at maturity yet, as size-wise. When they are at maturity, they're almost as big as a hand spread out, human hand, like spread out as wide as you can spread it. And every year it has gotten better and better, where how quickly it has gotten to its color. The first few years it would come out very limey green and hold on to that for a week or two before it started to accentuate the reds and the other colors that are popping out that you see now. Now, as soon as it comes out, it's holding its color really well. It's coming out with the reds and the real contrast between the leaves. And in every year as well, the colors would hold on till, let's say, early July, and then they would fade to lime. Everything would fade to lime. And last year it was kind of late July, so I want to see if this year it holds its colors even later into the summer. But it is what you would call, I guess, a semi-weeping. Originally it was supposed to be an upright tree, and since it's come out, they've changed their definition of it to more or less semi-weeping, which is great. It's very wide and has great structure to it in the winter. Not as good as a weeping Merlot redbud. It's not weeping that far, but it has just great structure to it in the winter, which is another reason why we like it. This is our Phoenix Japanese maple. It is an Acer palmatum. Comes out shocking pink in the springtime, and has a typical Acer palmatum leaf. Fades to a more bronzy, I know it might be a little hard to see in the sun, but it fades to a more bronzy green as the summer goes on, like this particular leaf is. And then over the top, as we get into July and August, the new growth comes out again, this vibrant, shocking, bright pink over the top of the bronzy colored leaves, which is just a great look. For us, it's been very slow growing too. I can't remember on this one. I think it's supposed to get to that 8 foot tall and 8 foot wide size. This one was a rescue for us that had gotten really zapped in a cold snap in the winter. So you can see how, I don't know if you can or you can't, but it's a very thick stalk. Probably could just get my hand around it now at the bottom, but it's only about 3 feet tall. So a lot of it got cut off and had to be pruned back. And it is recovered very nicely, and it's really a great look being like that in the recovery. It's hard for me to tell in the sun. You do one or two more maybe. This is a Sagara Nishiki, it's called. So Sagara Nishiki is the way it's spelled, but it's a Sagara Nishiki is the way people pronounce it. So it is a Acer palmatum, apparently pretty slow growing like a lot of variegated and highly variegated Japanese maples are. And it has green leaves that are edged with the bright yellow, with the particular, whatever the particular graft that we have is really highly variegated, where some of the leaves are really just practically yellow. It's really just amazing. It stands out unbelievably back in this area where it is. It's right on the edge of the sun and the highest part of the day, and then gets quickly into the shade. So this was pretty much a rescue for us for this. It was in terrible shape when we got it last year, so has some burn marks on it this year. I think as it's starting to root better, hopefully root better, it'll be a little stronger with a little less burn. I think some of the burns on this come from a rain, and then the sun came out and kind of burnt spots on the leaves is what it looks like to me. But wow, those leaves are really something else. Really bright spot in a corner a little further away from the house, so it stands out from a distance, and has last year, after we planted it, even being in rough shape, held its color all the way through to the end without fading. I guess the last one I'll take a look at here it's a newer one we got. It's a baby ghost, another Talon Buchholz introduction, and I think we're not going to see really much of any great look from it this year. It's supposed to be this color leaf, as you can see, like a little brighter than a darker red. It's hard to see, but it has the green veining in it, which is going to be a little more ghost-like. But I think just this year we just planted this, and we haven't really seen any great color out of it yet. A nice feature of it is that it is variegated in a ghost-like way, but it stays as a baby ghost. You would think it's a much smaller tree, maybe getting 6 feet tall and 5 feet wide over 10 or 15 years. So a nice thing to keep in a pot or in a small spot as well. So that's it for this one, and I'll probably maybe do one more going forward. All right, that's it.